We like to think we're a logical species. I mean, I'm completely logical compared to everybody I know, but it's just not the case, right? Some of us might lean a little bit more into our neocortex than others, but at the end of the day, we are a human species, and this is how we function. We are largely driven by our emotions and our feelings, not just because we're irrational, but because that's how we're biologically wired, right? Things that emotionally resonate with us drive us to take action that we normally wouldn't. We consider it a gut feeling, going with our instincts, those kinds of things. Well, guess what? Something about that made you feel some kind of way, and that's why you took the action that you took, right? And so if we can start this way, we can inspire people to take action. We can inspire each other to show up as our best selves if we can come together and collectively identify that future that we're looking to build. Now, some people have figured this out, advertisers. And they don't always use their superpowers for good. Sometimes they use them for evil, meaning they try and sell us some stuff we don't necessarily need, knowing that if they appeal to us on an emotional level, they can get us to do that, right? And so Simon has this phrase that says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. It is both a blessing and a curse that you know this, right? This is kind of like that Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility right here. Because sometimes what can be used for inspiration is used for manipulation. Right? So what's the line? Where's the distinction here? Because sometimes it's hard to tell, right? Sometimes you genuinely are trying to inspire somebody. You're genuinely, look, this is in your best interest. I'm just trying to be a friend who's providing advice from what I have seen, and I'm giving it to you in none of my own self-interest, even though I don't like that person that you hang out with. Sometimes, though, we're not using it for the right reasons, right? We're doing it because, well, I got to hit this number, or we need this kind of thing done by the end of the week, or the metrics are going to really skew, or it's going to look badly on my performance if I don't. And so we maybe don't always do things for the right reason. And sometimes it's double duty, right? Sometimes it's a little bit of both, so it's in the middle. It's a little gray area. But if you really, really want to make sure that you're on the inspiration side instead of the manipulation side, there's two things I'd say to you. The first one is motivation, like we just talked about. Are you genuinely in this for the person you're talking to or the people across from you? Are you showing up for them instead of for yourself? And then two, is it authentic? Are you being genuine? And I know authenticity is kind of a buzzword these days. And so I will give you my Colorado boy definition of authenticity, which is you are the person you pretend to be. If that's true, if the person who, after you hang up the call with the boss or the team walks out of the office after the meeting, if that person's the same person who is in this room right now with everybody around, if you show up the same way, you can be said to be authentic. That doesn't mean you're always positive. It doesn't mean the shiniest version of you is always the best version that stays. But sometimes the parts of you that aren't so shiny, you still bring those with you everywhere you go. That's when authenticity, that's when you are being the person who you say you are.